Wow. Like, you just kept shocking me. Like, okay, so I thought he was going to drop her off and then he was going to drive away.
Yeah.
You know? And then he was going to probably go in, tell her, like, hey, you know, this is this, and this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Chisme Chronicles podcast.
Episode 30.
30 episodes. Freaking pretty big milestone, I guess. Right?
Big money.
Every
I thought you were going to say, I heard big, and he says big money all the time.
Yeah, big money. Yeah.
I thought that's what you were going to say.
That's funny. Big money. Yeah, I feel like every 10 feels dope. Like 25 was like cool, but like 20, 30 episodes.
Yeah, it's like wedding anniversaries. It's just these are the big ones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
22, who cares?
So from now until 50, I guess we won't care until 50, which is 50 is what?
I'll care at 40 a little bit.
40? But
and then 50, I'll be.
Weddings 25 is like the silver wedding?
This is
wow. Just bringing up topics that
I have no idea.
I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this now. Yeah.
I have absolutely no clue.
I think it's 25 and 50.
I know like the first one's like paper or something.
What?
Like your first wedding anniversary is like the paper. See, now he doesn't know.
Well, moving on. Damn, we have to look that up.
Yeah.
Now I want to know. If this is your first time here, my name is Roman, and I'm here with Caili the Bandit.
Call back to our earlier episodes.
Caili, tell them what we do on the show.
So on this podcast, kind of the bread and butter.
The bride. You're all thinking about weddings now?
No.
Yeah.
The bread and butter of this podcast is a lot of Am I the A-hole Reddit stories. We also do venture onto other Reddit forums, like Today I Effed Up.
Big money.
Sometimes we do shorter content, like reactions to like photos or tweets or things like that. But mostly, first and foremost, top tier reactions, best reactions on YouTube.
The number one channel for all things Reddit. Tune in on Tuesdays and Thursdays to Chisme Chronicles podcast. Gas.
Post every Tuesday and Thursday.
Gas.
The club.
What?
We're in the club.
Yeah, we're in the club now. Today is Friday, though. You might be asking yourself, well, what the hell's going on? It's a Friday.
Don't ask questions.
Just roll with it.
Just roll. It's Thursday now.
We had it's like daylight savings time.
Yeah.
Just like roll back a day. Sometimes we have some minor scheduling problems.
Yesterday didn't happen.
Hey, look, forgive us. Subscribe, thumbs up, all the good stuff. Share, like, come over, visit, send us gifts. Adam,
send us gifts. Send me money. First year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So stupid. So dumb. So today we are doing Today I Effed Up, and I'm gonna kick it off like always. And also, for the first time viewers, we're always blind reacting to each other's stories. So yeah. Caili never knows what I found. I never know what she found. And we've never like mixed them. We've never like read the same story.
No.
Hopefully we don't start today.
I know. Imagine we didn't clear them.
We're all posting late. We got to repeat stories, and then like you don't have a backup, so then you just got to read it too.
She's like, oh well, sorry.
Yeah. We're not gonna read it again to give you my perspective. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna rock and roll with the first story. Okay, today I effed up by accidentally sexually harassing my boss. What I meant to do was write an email to my boss to offer my help with a project he was working on. Outlook has a handy autocomplete feature. Normally, when I start to type the word assistance, I just hit tab and Outlook finishes the word for me. But today, as I started the email to my boss, somehow I accidentally sent the email instead of hitting tab. So instead of offering my assistance on a project, the message I sent was, "Let me know if you want my ass." Thankfully, my boss was understanding and had a good laugh at my mistake. I changed my Outlook settings so that hopefully I can't accidentally send emails too early again. The only problem now is the endless stupid jokes from my coworkers. Dude, let me know if you want my ass.
That is so great. Also, it would be so much worse if it was like, I don't know. A girl saying, I don't know their gender.
Like a girl send it to a guy,
like the male CEO or something. You know what I mean?
And
like,
and there was a male employee.
Yeah. It's just like, oh man, dude, that is so horrible.
Yeah, and then the comments are pretty funny too. So some people were like, my boss once wanted to send me to the mailroom to pick something up for him. He said to me, "Hey, can you go pick up my package?" And me, without thinking, blurted out, "How big is your package?" Just like stupid little things like that, you know. Oh, that one's stupid right there.
Let me know if you want my.
Yeah. So it's like someone's like, "Oh, Outlook. There's a reason that you never abbreviate analysis either. Let me tell you that asking a subordinate for a quick anal is never a good move." Oh my gosh.
So great. Also, it would have been so bad if they if they were just like, I don't know, like took that as an actual come on, and you're like, oh my gosh, no, that's not what I meant.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because then it's like a way more awkward.
Because then your boss is all trying to like ask you out.
Yeah. And not even. It's like, okay, yeah, that's horrible.
There's another one that was pretty funny right here. Let me find that one. Well, some
Hilarious.
like, huh?
Nothing. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, where is it? Oh yeah, I picked up my toddler from daycare once, and the 18-year-old nursery worker said, "Have you got a sec?" And without thinking, replied, "I have lots of sex."
Oh my gosh!
But they wrote it out SECS, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, "I legit wanted to leave this plane of existence," and I think she did too. That was pretty funny too.
That's great, but you can recover from that one pretty easy.
Yeah.
Just say, oh, haha, and you push past.
Yeah. The other one is like burned in an email.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's. There's a paper trail. That's there forever.
There's evidence. There's no way. There's no way.
Oh man! And then obviously somebody told the coworkers, which is even better. Cause like the
yeah. Like now it's like a whole joke between them. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awful. That's so funny.
So whether mistyping or autocorrected, I once emailed my boss starting with, "I know you're really busty." Instead of, like, "I know you're really busy. I know you're really busty." He's like, "Ooh." Oh man.
My gosh.
Obviously these are all like it's an embarrassing moment.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
like,
hilarious.
"Oops, my bad." Like,
but
autocorrect.
it's just so good. It's so good that it's a paper trail and that it's at work because
Yeah.
it just makes it so much more awkward.
It's still like when you email your boss though, like that's still got to be really embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
"Ooh, sorry," because like now you're like, your boss is like, "I hired an idiot."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like where did you go to school?
Yeah. Do you know how to spell busy, by the way? Or
Yeah, dude. Actually, I just thinking about that. Like, where did you go to school? So I went to Arizona State University, ASU, and so for some reason I was gonna say, but obviously there's a reason. ASU and I think like Ohio State or Oregon State. I can't remember. There's one other university that ASU and that other university are always like battling for the number one party school, you know, in the nation or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I always like found that really annoying, you know, for like I had a good time when I was at ASU. Like, yeah, I went out.
I hung out. I partied. I did things.
Yeah, I did stuff.
Yeah.
No, but but I feel like I just did it like at a normal.
Yeah.
Like because like my degree was like pretty demanding, and it was like you know, sometimes we were all sitting in like the studio, and which was like a big classroom. So what I studied architecture. So when you study that degree, I don't know how like medical school is or engineering or something, but basically you don't just go to a class and then you leave. It's not just like you do like a seminar and then you leave and then you go home. No, you have these classes that are like 3.5 hours long, and then it's like your own little office. It's called studio, and so it's like a big room. Everyone has a desk where they do their drawings and they build their models and all that stuff. So that's like your little. You could be there at. I mean, people would sleep there. You know, I slept there. Yeah. I fell asleep before. Like you'd work till 3 a.m. and then go. So it's like your workspace. And I remember we'd like look out the window. And like we'd see people like partying, we'd see like, you know, and like
and you guys were crying.
No, it sucked.
Yeah.
No, it really sucked. Like, and we did get to go out. Like we had our fun too, but it was usually like after we had like a review, which is called like your review. because you had all these like checkpoints along throughout the semester.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, once you made it and you kind of presented that checkpoint and you were good, then yeah, that weekend, like there's nothing due. So you could go out and like, have a good time or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had to start focusing to make sure you get your stuff done for the next one. Then you could go, you could go out and
you could breathe again.
you could kind of like breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
So I just remember that, like, where did you go to school?
Yeah.
And reminded me of like, where people would ask me like, oh, where'd you go to school? And I'm like, oh, I went to ASU. And they're like, oh, a big party school, huh? And I'm just like, just shut the hell up. Like,
Yeah.
I just like annoyed me. So I'm like, I worked so hard.
Yeah.
Just to be like associated with all of that nonsense, that amazingly fun,
The degeneracy. Yeah.
all that incredible, fun, disgusting, amazing time.
All the cokeheads.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was
Yeah.
definitely fun. I don't know what it's like now though.
Me either. I didn't go.
I hear it's changed a lot. Like the main like party area is called like Mill Avenue.
Yeah.
I hear there's like a bunch of like 18 and over bars now. Like before it was all 21 and over, But like if they start turning them into like 18 and over, I feel like that this starts turning whack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like now you got 17-year-olds trying to get in with fake IDs from the high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's whack.
Yeah.
Anyways,
story number 2.
hit it.
Okay. Today I effed up by realizing the older woman I've been sleeping with for months is my coworker's mom. Okay. So I, 25 male, have been involved with an older lady, or an older woman, 44 female, lately. It started a few months ago with the onset of COVID, so this was a couple years ago. I was on Tinder trying to find someone to hook up with during quarantine so as to stay safe and also kill time. I saw this very attractive older woman and decided to swipe right because, every 20-something-year-old's dream is to hook up with a MILF. A few days go by and I get a notification that I have a new match. Woohoo! I open up the app and lo and behold, this fine cougar I was hoping for. We started chatting and flirting. It was going well. Out of nowhere, she messaged me saying, "I'm not sure how this app works. Do we have to meet or just do it on the first date?"
Damn.
I was drinking coffee at the time and promptly shot it out of both nostrils. My chance had come. I replied back that people generally just meet up and go to the bone zone together.
Damn.
But I'm easy either way. She replies, "Well, good, because I hate formalities." I nearly pooped my pants with excitement. She sends me her address and tells me she's free Friday and to bring wine. The rest of the week was a complete blur of anxiety. I could not F this up. So Friday comes, I show up with wine. She looks smoking hot, better in person. We talk about music, traveling, and all that. Not many personal details, which would come back to haunt me. And just sort of arts and wine culture. A few glasses of wine later, and we're full-blown going at it in the living room. I left a while later feeling like the king of the entire universe and go to sleep. The next day, she texts me saying how she had a great time and I made her feel young again, blah, blah, blah. She's off every Friday and Saturday, and that next week we should do the same. We had been doing this for roughly 3 months, meeting up once or twice a week and do it and then go on our merry way until one of us wants to meet again. Sweet deal, right? Wrong. I messaged her yesterday saying that I had today off work and I asked if she wanted to meet up. She said her son was taking her out to lunch and that I could come get her at 3 p.m. She had mentioned that she had a son before but didn't go any further and I didn't really care to ask. So 3 p.m. comes around. I'm almost at her house when she messaged me saying she's running late. No problem. I park on the road and just sort of wait in my car because her car wasn't in the driveway yet. I'm sitting there listening to the radio when an oddly familiar SUV pulls into the drive. I sort of looked at it funny and immediately realized where I knew it from. My coworker, male, 23, jumps out of the front seat and goes around to her side of the vehicle, gives her a kiss on the cheek and a hug, and then jumps back in the car. My jaw was on the ground. He reversed out of the driveway, and stupid me is sitting like a deer in headlights in plain sight. He turns around and is literally 10 feet from my car and staring directly at me. My face goes bright red, and I'm going to vomit. Me and this guy work together every single day, and I consider him to be a friend of mine. I even trained him when he started at the company. And the kicker is, I've been telling him in detail about this older lady, and he's been giving me immense kudos, saying that's his dream. He pulls up beside me and looks very confused, asks me what I'm doing and how funny it was that we ran into each other. I panic completely and stumble over my words and pretend I'm on the wrong street and trying to find my cousin's house. He looks skeptical but sort of shrugged it off. The whole time his mother is standing there watching us through the curtains. He directs me to where to go and I pull off and circle back once he's gone. Needless to say, I went inside and told her what was up, and we both sort of sat there silent. No boom boom today. I'm now panicking, and there's no way he's gonna know, right? There's no way he's not gonna know, right? He's gonna realize these wild escapades and this she-devil night mistress I've been telling him about is actually his mom. I already called in sick to work tomorrow because I cannot look him in the eye.
Wow, that is probably one of my favorite stories from the Today I Effed Up. Like, wow, like you just kept shocking me. Like for okay, so I thought he was gonna drop her off and then he was gonna drive away.
Yeah,
you know, and then he was gonna probably go in tell her like, hey, you know, this and this. But the guy, and then he just like he never sees her again. But he's like, oh, I was banging my coworker's mom.
Yeah,
no. He backs up, looks over, talks to him. That really shocked the hell out of me right there.
It's so awful.
And then it gets worse, where you're saying that he was explaining to him like, dude, I'm hooking up with this cougar and this and that.
And in detail.
Damn.
In detail. And then there's a lot of updates, and I'm kind of embarrassed because it was already a long story. But basically, he did end up finding out. The mom ended up telling the coworker.
Her own son,
yeah, and then he was just like, oh, I'm sorry.
How did he find out? I mean, obviously, I feel like when he saw him there, like you got to put it together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, apparently he wasn't getting it, so I'll just read because he made so many updates, and I can't even deal with it. But so basically, like he had updated that himself and the cougar, the mom, had like talked about it, and that the cougar was feeling like really weird about it, and she wanted to like come clean to her son, blah blah blah, because like obviously they're also friends, you know. And so then I'll read update number 4. It says, well, gentlemen, the cat is out of the bag. His mother pulled the trigger and came clean about it all. I don't even know what to say. He called me saying it was super weird and he's mind F, but he's not mad because he knows that we had no idea. He asked if it was her I'd been talking about the whole time, and I said yes. He must have felt suicidal because he asked, even all that crazy stuff? Rip, bro. Needless to say, I laughed and changed the subject. You've been through enough today, my child.
Wow.
Even all that dude, like this guy's heart is broken, shattered. His mind is like,
you can't look at your mom the same
ever.
You can't
ever.
like my parents have never had sex.
No.
They've never had sex.
No. I don't care what science says.
Yeah, no, they've never done it.
You're here through immaculate conception.
I'm like my parents did it 3 times.
Yeah.
My sister, me, and my brother.
Yeah.
That's it. I know. No, obviously, like before people start going in there, oh, you have problems with, you know what I mean?
No, it's just
obviously like, I'm joking.
Like obviously you know, but like it's not something that you want to be consciously aware of or aware of any detail.
Yeah.
And now this guy like knows. Obviously, he's known his mom has had sex before. That's fine. That's not a problem. Like I know, like everybody knows their parents have had sex, right? But like you don't want to actually know, and you don't want to know. Like he knows horrible details probably about his mom's body now, what she likes, what she doesn't like.
I could not. Like
this guy's life is not ruined.
I will
but
move away.
Severely altered for the rest of his life. His life is severely altered. His relationship with his mother, if he didn't have mommy issues, he does now. Yeah. He needs therapy now.
Like for example, like, you know, before his mom drops something in, like she bends over and picks it up and you're like, oh, my mom picked something up. But like now she bends over and he's like, oh.
No, you're imagining her in the lingerie that your friend described. Just like, dude,
I could not.
You know about moles she has and birthmarks?
Oh my gosh. I would just be wrecked, dude. I would be distraught. I would just be, like, it's like, oh yeah, my mom did it with my friend. Okay. Like, okay. If it got to that point, like, my mom's divorced or whatever. My dad passed away. She's moving on, whatever. Oh yeah, I just, I'm hooking up with this cougar, and then like that, it goes as far as that. And they're like, oh damn, like, oh damn, you had sex with my mom, but
you were having sex with my mom. But
it's
no,
like he's like, nah, bro.
Even all the crazy
he's like,
stuff.
and then we did this, and like that,
and he did this,
and
to
he's
me.
like, yeah, dog, get it. He's like, get it, bro. She did that to you, what? And then, dude, he's like, that's my dream.
Oh
dude.
my god.
Dad, take me now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Mommy issues forever. Dude, that reminds me of like this is a separate tangent, but I have to go down this road. It reminds me of like like the AI thing on TikTok.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
How people have been
doing
which
one though?
Like how people like I don't know, you just like pretend that you're like an AI or whatever and like react to like GIFs.
Oh no, I haven't seen that one.
You haven't?
No, where you were pretending. Where you?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen AI. I thought you said like, have you seen the AI stuff? So I was like, oh yeah, I've seen AI things.
Oh no, it's like people like on. I thought we were talking about it the other day. Like you'll get on TikTok and you like live stream, and then you just like basically like like how like in like GTA or whatever, it's like the AI like moves a certain way when it's like idle.
You mean the thank you for the snow
cones.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like obviously some people do that in like a certain like they're insinuating like a sexual like context or something, right? Yeah. Like with certain things, and it'd be like, oh, like thank you for the hot dog or whatever, and they like do like certain
thank
stuff.
you for the glizzies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like imagine, because like obviously there's like people's like parents and stuff like do like OF and stuff, but I feel like you mostly maybe wouldn't know about that. But like the AI stuff, like you are watching your mom do that probably when you come home from school. Dude. And it's like it's nothing that's like outright like sexual, but it's like you're gonna grow up and realize like that is weird as
what
hell.
kills me, dude, like I can't like do whatever you want. I'm just telling you that I think it's wild. Yeah. Right? Like for example, you're 30 years old, a 30-year-old mom of
thank
of
you for the glizzies.
No, and then she's like doing hand gestures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're all trying to keep this PG-13. No, but like for example, so like you're dude, okay.
There was like
I'll make it quick. Basically, like there's so many women, because the majority is women that are like guys do some like stupid like sexual, where they're all like getting out of bed with like a half boner, trying to be all sexy.
But like, oh, like I'm just so sore this morning.
He's like waking up in the morning. Like I saw I saw one where they were because a guy does like reactions to it, and they were just roasting this guy. Yeah, this guy is super fit. Like he's super fit, 6-pack, all buff and everything. And he's like obviously he wakes up, sets up his tripod. Yeah, right. Goes back into bed, and then like acts like he's waking up. Yeah, and he's wearing like boxer briefs. But he's like he's got like a 60% boner or something. You know what I mean? It's not full on, so it's ridiculous. But like,
so he woke up, set up his tripod, got ready.
Yeah, he's like 60%, baby, 60%. Come on, and then he's like, all right, cool, this will be good. That way it won't look too crazy. But it was like, yeah, they can see my package. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so there are guys that do that, which I think is so stupid. And then but like the girl or the woman that's like 30 years old, and she's like, she's like lingerie or something, and it's always like a shot where like you can see the boobs and whatever, and they're all being like sexy or whatever. And I'm like, okay, your kid's like 8, like in 3 years he's gonna be on TikTok. He's gonna like see,
somebody's
see all
gonna
this
send
stuff.
That to your kid.
Like, yeah, I'm like, I could never do anything. I could never do anything like that.
You know what I just discovered about like the male side of that too? What? Is these guys that'll like do like sexy food preparing videos. I had no idea this existed. I saw it on a podcast because people were making fun of these guys. There's like two in particular that I saw where it's like they'll be like making like whatever pizza or something, right? And it's like they set up these shots where they're like half dressed, right? Which is fine, like whatever. You can be half dressed and make a pizza. I don't care. But then they'll be like
massaging the dough
with the dough and stuff, and like slapping it and like sticking 2 fingers in it and being like oh yeah. or they'll be like, oh, like good dough. Like, dude, it's so, and they're serious, dude. It's so bad.
Like they're so sexy. Like,
also,
they're so
like
sexy.
have you seen the guy that like chops wood? People love that guy.
You mean the one that like he's just a buff dude that's
and he just chops wood.
But he reviews axes though.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
But he'll literally chop wood and be like, "Good girl."
I don't remember. I don't know if I've heard that one, and I don't know if we're talking about the same guy. But he's probably like in his 30s or something, or he's 30 years old.
He's super hot.
No, he's a handsome guy. Yeah. He's a handsome guy. He wears jeans with little thingies.
Yeah, suspenders.
Suspenders. But he's like, and people will be like, well, yeah, let's see if why don't you try it on Australian hardwood or whatever, like a big wood. And then so he's like, cool, and then he's like chopping it, and he reviews.
Yeah, but he like
axe.
makes like sounds and stuff. Like I don't know. You know, obviously you're gonna like breathe out, right? But like, but he like makes sounds that are like a little bit suggestive, and like sometimes he'll say like he'll like tap, like he'll like smack the wood and stuff, or say like "good girl" when he's chopping. Like, and it's just so It's like also so your daughter's gonna see that one day. Like that. Like that's embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch some videos and pay attention to that because I don't know. I like that one. Oh, I like when he like brings out like a crazy axe, and then I just like the.
Well, it's also entertaining. You know what I mean? But I feel like he does separate them, where he'll make some that are like more explicit.
I have to see that one to see those.
Man, have some shame, you guys.
Dude, yeah, I just like, or people that do. I mean, basically, OnlyFans, you're doing porn. I mean,
yeah. Obviously, like
or you're corn.
Yeah.
Before we get like blocked,
but obviously that's like a separate, because like that's a separate thing entirely, because like obviously that's even like if your kid sees that, like that's even worse. But I feel like that's usually more, obviously some people just have it like on their Twitter, like on main, you know what I mean? But I feel like some people, like that's a little bit more like hidden away. Just like something that they do or like don't have, whatever. But like this is just like, that's just like your kid's gonna be scrolling TikTok and see that. You know what I mean? Like, so it just feels like a different ballpark to me.
Damn,
it's so weird.
I'm on no judgment.
Yeah.
You know, like,
do whatever you want, but
yeah, that was wild. How do we get to that? How do we get to that tangent?
I don't remember.
You were reading the one about the
the coworker,
the coworker and stuff, and somehow we ended up on.
I have no idea. We'll have to watch it back.
Yeah, that was a great story. That was a great story. I don't know if I could follow that up now. Damn, like that one was super good. All right, I guess I'll rock and roll here with my my next story.
It's third story of the day.
Alrighty. All right, bear with me, guys. I
lost it.
No, I mean, like I have it right here. I just have to find it now. So, but you know, I'm all trying to add fluff. I'm you know, like but you know, that's the thing. You know what I mean? It's just wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's like when somebody's telling you a story and you go, "Whoa, crazy!" like 3 times.
So my brother,
and they don't stop.
So my brother and I have like the 3 crazy rule.
Yeah, I just said 3 crazies. That's so crazy.
Yeah, so my brother and I, we totally have the 3 crazy rule. Like, and we always like joke with each other about like. When you get to the 3rd crazy, like you get hung up on.
Stop.
Like no, they'll hung up on you. So like it's like, you know, he's like, you're telling him a story and he's like crazy, and then like you know, so then like you keep going, he's like crazy, but now it's like more like just to,
you're like,
now it's more like to
pitching it,
to like taunt each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like sometimes I'll call him and he'll answer crazy. Like already got like immediately I got 2 strikes already. You know?
Yeah.
And then sometimes we just joke. We're just joking, and it'll be like, and we always pretend to make the hanging up noise, like toot, toot, toot. You know, like when you hang up, when somebody hangs up and you can hear it. Like he'll call me and I'll be like crazy, toot, toot, toot. You know, like give him no chance. Like just hang up on him immediately.
That's great.
But yeah, totally. You know, that's crazy.
That's wild.
As I was going crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to try to wrap up the story before you can get to the 3rd one. Okay, I found it. Today I effed up by calling the bride ugly and the groom fat in front of the entire family. All right.
That's crazy.
He says, this happened 6 years ago when I was a hotshot wedding videographer. I retired afterwards. My selling point was simple. I will shoot your wedding and give you a highlight reel the very next day. No questions asked. People loved it. They wanted me. They couldn't wait. My career's last wedding was no different at the beginning. I arrived at the scene, asked who the important people were, and shot some epic footage and went home. but I was hiding a harmless secret. You see, my work ethic of working 20 hours straight came with a caveat. I got bored too often, but that day I found a solution.
Cocaine.
Huh?
Cocaine.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
If you have ever edited videos before, you know the most boring part of it is watching, organizing, and naming hundreds of clips. So just for self-amusement, I did something. Instead of naming the clips how you'd usually name them, I started naming them funny. Mind you, these are raw footages that will never be seen by anyone else other than me. The final video was aptly named and sent to the bride, my client, the very next day. She called me and she loved it. She thanked me for my service and requested me if I could send her all the raw clips I had taken. You see, it was a weekend and her entire family was going to visit her, where they planned to watch all the videos and start her new life with a bang. Although in 99% of the cases, I would have been smart enough to send her the original clips, this time around I had an important statistics exam the next day and my brain was fried. I unknowingly copied my funny name clips and gave them to her. It's the next day. I'm at my university about to enter my classroom, ready to give my statistics exam, and my phone rings. The bride is calling. I rejoice. Surely she's calling to ask for my bank details. I'll be a little richer today. Hello? You are the most horrible person I've ever seen. You humiliated me in front of my entire family. I will file a police report against you. You won't get away with this. And then hangs up. I was confused. I really didn't know why she'd act that way. Was she trying to rip me off by throwing up this act? I was not going to let her get away with this. I called my classmate, the girl who hooked me up with the client. The bride was her aunt. Surely my classmate would have known what's happening. Hey, blank, blank just called me and said some weird stuff. Do you know what's happening? And then his classmate goes, are you kidding me? What the hell were those names? Are you out of your mind? Is this a prank? She's swearing at me so much. You are unreal. Why did you do that? He's like, what names? And then it's like, ... Wait, ... Video clip names? I don't know if you're joking at this point, but I'm in a lot of trouble because of you. This is his classmate.
Yeah.
I'm in a lot of trouble because of you. You're really weird, man. Hangs up. And he's like, the freaking names. No, the names. No way. I sent the funny names. My heart sank. My exam was in 5 minutes. I couldn't take it. I collected myself, gave the exam, and went home to see what I had done. At this point, I don't even know how bad it is. I don't remember any of the funny names. I did those in the moment, laugh a little, and move on. I opened my computer and went into the folder. My hands are shaking, my heart pounding. These were some, and then he says, these were some of the names. Ugly bride trying to pose. Annoying, loud bride friends. Old grandma's last wedding. Perv brother eyeing girls. Fat ass groom standing. Dumb AF kids running. Short bald dad eating. These were the first couple out of around 60 final clips. I deleted the whole folder without proceeding further. I couldn't take it. Before you tell me how horrible I am, to my defense, I was a dumb, unfunny kid. To come up with creative insults, you have to be smart. I wasn't. So I relied on shock humor, enough to get me through the boring phase of naming. I didn't think much of it. It wasn't meant to be seen by anyone. I called my friend the other day, calmed her down, apologized for it. Once she was cool, she told me the following. We were all gathered at the bride's house. It was at least a 30-person gathering. We were supposed to all sit in the hall and watch all the clips one by one. The first clip was the highlights that you made, which everyone enjoyed. Then she plugged in the flash drive and gave to her and to everyone's horror.
To her horror and everybody else's. Yeah.
Then she plugged in the flash drive you gave to her and to everyone's horror. Yeah. All the funny names were in front of everyone. The bride tried to close the folder immediately, but her dad was furious and proceeded angrily reading everything out loud until the bride started crying and left the room. It was something. The groom stayed still and said nothing. That's horrible. I didn't mean it. It was supposed to be in front. I didn't mean it. It wasn't supposed to be in front of anyone else. I'm so sorry. And then she goes, that's okay. I mean, I get it. Everything is calm now, but I don't think you'll get your money. I mean, your grandma can try, but you can try, but the bride's really pissed. The grandma laughed at her clip name, actually. And then he says he never contacted the bride again, basically he didn't get paid, and he's like, I don't really care. He just like moved on.
Yeah, dude. I feel like obviously he effed up, right? That's the whole thing, right? But I always hate when somebody goes like, "Oh, I'm gonna sue you right away for
and
everything."
we're gonna file a police report
That's
for
so
calling you
stupid.
names. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you're an
Yeah,
idiot.
like every third grader would be in jail right now.
Yeah, everyone, jail,
Yale.
straight to jail.
Yeah.
You call me
So
names,
stupid.
jail.
Like obviously, like, and also like, I get him letting it go because like you don't want to like hound somebody anymore. Like, because obviously he feels bad. He was really embarrassed. But I don't think that he would like I think that if for whatever reason she did try and like sue him or whatever, like he does deserve to get paid. Like the effort is all still there. You know what I mean? Like the name has like no barring on the video.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I mean? Like I get him letting it go.
Yeah.
Right. Like so totally. Like I get, because he feels horrible and guilty, and he should feel a little bit bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he still put in all the effort. He still cut everything up. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of like you go to Dairy Queen and then, like, let's just say they give you an ice cream and they're like, "Here you go, dumbass."
Yeah.
Like they gave it to you before you paid.
The service has still been exchanged.
Yeah, like maybe that's a bad example.
Yeah,
I
no
mean,
one would ever do that. But I get what you're saying though.
like you have to pay. Yeah, you got to pay for what you got.
Like if somebody paints something for you,
You obviously just wouldn't recommend them ever again or use them ever again.
Yeah, exactly. Like if somebody, because obviously like there's hours spent. You know what I mean? Like,
But like, what would you do?
if
Like,
I was
if you were the bride, would you be like?
I would probably send them the money and then never talk to them ever again. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be like, I'm going to sue you, whatever. Like, obviously, it's also, you hired a kid.
Yeah, obviously, I wouldn't say that because, like, it doesn't, I know it's not going to go anywhere. But, like, part of me, I don't know, my little feelings inside tell me that I wouldn't want to pay.
I probably wouldn't want to, but I would, though. I do genuinely think I would.
Okay, this is what I would do.
Or
This is what I would do.
No tip or whatever, obviously, you know.
Yeah. I know exactly what I would do.
What?
If he asked me, like, hey, like, if he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I understand if you're not going to recommend me or ever use me again or leave me a bad review. But like the bill is $500. I would send him the money because he's asking me for the payment. He's asking me for the payment. So I'm going to pay him.
Right.
But if he doesn't ask me for the payment, then I'm not going to send it to him.
I feel like that's also fair.
Yeah. I feel like if he sends me the videos,
because obviously if you were ballsy enough to like be naming the clips and stuff, like be ballsy enough to ask me for what. You know what I mean?
I would 100%
send me the final invoice.
I would 100% pay the invoice if he sent me the invoice. But he let it go because he's like, I'm too ashamed to even ask for money.
Yeah, if you let it go, why the hell am I going to
So
send it
then
to
I'm
you?
not going to send it to you.
You wrecked my week.
I'll send it to you when you invoice me. You know?
Yeah.
Like I go, I'm getting some work done on a car at the shop, and I'm gonna pay the guy when he invoices me. So that's the same thing I would do. Yeah.
I feel like that's fair. That works out.
Yeah, I'm a good judge. I'm good at this stuff.
Final story of the night.
Okay.
Today I effed up by insulting my wife's intelligence. I absolutely love my wife, but she's really stubborn about dumb stuff. Throw away because I'm stunned that she would. Sorry, throw away, but I'm absolutely stunned to learn that she doesn't know how the metric system measurements work. Today, I effed up by calling her out on it. She always seemed to confuse ounces and milliliters, but I figured that she just misspoke and usually could figure out what she meant. We have children together, and now I'm starting to realize she thinks metric is just another name for the same measurements. Seriously had a huge argument about how many fluid ounces we were feeding our baby. I asked, why did you tell the pediatrician we were giving 3 milliliters per feeding? It's 3 ounces. That's a huge difference. She looked at me completely serious and said, those are the same thing.
With confidence.
I said, wait, what are you talking about? And she proceeded to tell me that she learned that milliliters are equivalent to fluid ounces in nursing school and that she didn't make a mistake. I explained that she must have misunderstood because that doesn't make any sense. She swore that she was correct and wasn't wrong. I was stunned. Then I asked why there would be 2 naming systems for the same measurements if they are just the exact same. She said that metric is just the name that Europeans use. When I showed her the correct conversion on Google, she suddenly backtracked and tried to say that it must have changed since she went to school. And then she actually meant ounces are equal to liters, which is even worse. Here's where I effed up. In my shocked frustration, I said, well, shit, no wonder you didn't pass your exams. You can't be giving people lethal doses. And now she's pissed at me.
What exams?
Her nursing exams.
Oh.
Because she said, I learned that...
Oh, in nursing school.
In nursing school.
When you said nursing school, my brain went to like nursing as in when like you have a baby.
Like having a baby.
And like them kind of teaching you how to nurse.
No, nurse, like being a nurse.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then he clarified.
So he hit her with her hurts.
Yeah.
Because if she wanted to be a nurse and she failed.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. He clarified that like whatever, that like he didn't think she would be a bad nurse and like whatever, she doesn't actually like make these mistakes when she's even feeding the baby. She just always like says it wrong.
Yeah.
And that she actually like that people clarified in the comments, and then he clarified to her that she learned that 1 milliliter is 1 cc, which is like, you know, like give me 3 cc's of whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So and she just mixed it up and thought like 1 milliliter was 1 ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. And then she's like, what did she say? 3 ounces is the same as 3 liters. Like, yeah. Damn.
Like that. She's meant maybe 3 liters per feeding.
Yeah. The baby's all yoked up.
Yeah, dude. He's hella all milk. Yeah.
He's like, so how old is your child? He's like, oh, he's 6 months. He's all big. He's all walking.
43 pounds.
He's all 43. Dude, like I remember on one of those old talk shows, it might have been Oprah, but like back in the day, or it also might have been Ricky Lake or something. Mm-hmm. But there were these episodes where there were like 1-year-old babies that were like 60 pounds. Like they were ginormous.
Yeah.
These were like 1.5-year-old babies. I think one of them was 70 pounds.
Yeah.
Just big, dude. Just big babies. But big because they were like these babies had high blood pressure.
Big boned.
Just big boned, dude. But like they were telling them like the babies were, they're like, look how healthy he is. They're like, no, this baby has cholesterol, high blood pressure. Like
your baby needs a stint, ma'am.
Like,
like a heart.
The heart thing. Yeah. They were basically trying to tell the parents like, yo, your baby is obese. This is way too much for the child's muscle skeletal system.
Dude, those babies like don't even stand a chance. That's so upsetting. It's just like you're gonna be obese forever now,
dude,
because your mom effed you off the bat.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they were feeding them.
Yeah, just like formula mixed in with breast milk. You know how you're supposed to mix like formula and water?
Yeah.
It's just formula.
But can you mix? I think you can mix that too. No.
I think like a little bit or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying like I'm saying they're using like protein powder.
Yeah.
Scoops and scoops.
Just freaking. It reminds me of this one video. There's this one video. It's like super funny, dude. It's a guy that he's like making a shake, and he's like, "All right, so I'm gonna show you how to make one of the best protein shakes." Mm-hmm. He's like, "So I like to start off with a little bit of protein," and then he like throws one little scoop, and he's like, "And then we're gonna add 1 banana." He's like 4 strawberries, a little bit of protein, and he's like 2 cups of milk. A little bit of protein. Yeah. And in the video is like 45 seconds long. He has like 8 scoops. Yeah. And then he's like, more ice, more protein. Yeah. Like that's the babies, you know, they're just freaking yolk diesel. Just Arnold Schwarzenegger babies.
I also like the reason that I like that one is because like I hate the type of person. I loathe the type of person that it's like, they'll be like, hey, no, you're wrong. And here's proof. You know what I mean? Not a big deal. But you were wrong, and here's proof. And they go, they must have changed.
Oh, yeah. No, it's because...
I knew that, but...
No, yeah, because that's not what I was trying to say is... That reminds me of someone I know. Dude. We're not going to say any names. It's like, what do you... No, this is... No, that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
You know you're out there. We're just calling people out.
But I'm saying like that is a specific personality type that like a certain percentage of people in the world have, and it drives me crazy. It drives me insane.
Yeah, dude.
And she's like, it must have changed. The metric system that's been around for ages must have changed since I went to school.
Dude.
Insane.
Just like trying to defend herself in any way possible.
Also so American.
True. Yeah. I wonder who else uses the standard system.
Only America.
No.
I'm like 90% sure.
No.
You show me, you're like, no, this other country. And I go, no, it must have changed. When I was in school, I learned. I'm just kidding.
I remember.
I thought it was only America, but obviously I could be wrong.
I've looked this up before.
Mm-hmm.
Only 3 countries in the world don't use the metric system. The United States, Liberia, and Myanmar.
Oh, Myanmar.
Myanmar?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember
They don't count.
I remember.
Also, Myanmar's at war.
Are they?
I think, no, they were like a year ago.
Those countries have less than 5,000 people population. No, I remember I had, I didn't know if it was a big country or a small country. I just remember I had seen that somewhere.
Yeah.
That
Myanmar's
it was
pretty small.
In Liberia?
I don't know the size of Liberia. But I only know Myanmar because they were at war like a year and a half ago. Or something happened.
5.19 million people, Liberia.
That's
that's
not
like
tiny.
The size of Phoenix Metro. I think we're like at 5
But
million.
I feel like that's not tiny for like, because like in the U.S., like the land size is like a lot bigger or whatever. So for like a small land country, maybe that's dense.
Let's see.
Who knows?
Another one that's small is Denmark. Denmark is like a small.
Well, because it's like
smallish.
super cold, right?
Well, look, Denmark is 5.8 million.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like how big could it possibly be? It's it's like the size of Denmark.
Gotcha.
No, see, the thing is with geography.
I know. This is a different podcast now.
Yeah. So for those of you that stuck around, we're gonna roll into our
education hour.
The Chisme Chronicles education hour. so turn your textbooks to page 53.
It's like the after school.
Dude, just give myself like PTSD from like school. I've had nightmares. Well, I've had dreams that when I wake up, it's like, dude, that was like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Where I've had dreams where like that I wasn't gonna like graduate from ASU.
Yeah.
That I was like failing a class, or I've had dreams that I was back in there and I was like stressed out about a project and I needed to get it so I could graduate, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh God, I'm not in college anymore. Like relieved, dude.
Yeah.
So relieved.
I don't know that stress. I went to community college.
JC, baby.
And I didn't graduate.
JC, baby.
The real party schools.
Yo, look at me now.
I have a podcast.
Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
funny.
Good stuff. Cool. Well, we're done, right? That's it. All 4 stories. Thanks for joining us. Hope you guys will hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and share with all your friends. And tune in on Tuesday and Thursdays for our Chisme Chronicles podcast, guys.
Join our nice little community in the comments.
If you're a chismoso, if you like chisme, you're a chismoso person, hit subscribe.
Leave a little comment.
Get ready for the merch drop. I love chisme. I'm a chismoso.
It's just like the I Heart New York shirts, but it's I Heart Chisme.
I Heart Chisme. All right, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.